Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nations Emperor here, back today with another video. And today, guys, we're back at New Haven, the headquarters of the Silver Wolves, their main base, a very lovely base, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about guilds, and more importantly, what they'll be implemented as. Should there be a request system, and if so, how should we go about it? So, before we get into that, just wanted to say thank you everyone who checked out yesterday's video. It absolutely blew the freak up. Thank you everybody who watched it, commented on it, liked it, or even just saw it. Just want to give you a huge thank you. Got a whole bunch of views on that one. It went crazy. So with that out of the way, just wanted to thank you guys for that and talk about something that there's been a lot of discussion about in my guild, and if we're talking about it, imagine you guys probably are as well. I especially imagine if you're in a competitive guild right now. There's been at least whispers of it. I know at least 2 other guilds that have talked about it. Won't say their names, but point being is, if you know, I know about my guild and 2 others, I imagine probably everybody's at least talked about it at one point, and that is reserving guild names. Now, let's throw out an example. Let's say one of the good guilds, P-War, right? I think everybody knows Prometheus Warriors. This is their image. This is their name. This is what they look like. This is their excerpt from the BN Hideout Discord server. And as you can see, they're a very competitive, very strong guild. They're going to be taking the game very seriously, and a lot of pros are already signed up. I don't want to name anybody, but I'm pretty sure there's already like a few YouTubers, like some I'm friends with, who are like in P-War. So point being is, P-War is going to have a lot of amazing players. But that begs the question. Let's assume the tag system for guilds in Battle Nations is the same as usernames are. You know, everybody gets one and then it's locked in at that. Well, when guilds are added, everybody's going to want P-War, and I really hope it's a member of P-War that gets it. So that's pretty much the concept here, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows it, but for real quick, anybody who doesn't, guilds are basically the groups in Battle Nations. It's basically our version of clans if you've ever played a Supercell game. Again, I imagine most of you guys knew that, but just wanted to say that for anybody potentially not knowing it. They start out pretty small and they have all the way up to 100 members. Here's some information about them. But yeah, absolutely cool system. I think Battle Nations did it one of the best. But what we are talking about more specifically is the tagging. If you go on Reddit, if you go onto Discord especially, and heck, even if you go into the modern game itself, you can sometimes find people with parentheses and then like a few letters in their name. That's normally advertising the guild they are already in. And again, guilds are not in the game yet. They are not implemented yet, but they're coming out pretty freaking soon. Again, no public information, has been released yet by the devs or anything, but it's right around the corner, and people are already forming really good guilds. New guilds are popping up. So yeah, already a lot of guild hype, guild activity, and they're not even in the game yet. So once they are added to the game, it's going to be crazy. But that begs the question, what do we do about reserve or potentially reserving guild tags? Because again, I have no connection to P-War besides, I have some friends that are in P-War. I think they're going to be a great guild. But I want them to get this P-War. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody else to get this tag. Assuming tags are mutually exclusive, which, I'm assuming that everybody it would, that's an implication. I could be wrong, but, that's at least my understanding of it. But again, you have this, amazing tag right here, and I want to make sure, P-War gets it. The only way we can guarantee such a thing happens is if Madrona steps in and says, okay, the best guilds, guilds are already formed, the big guilds, they get to get their tag. P-War gets their tag. Goodfellas get their tag. AP clan gets his, not clan, guild gets his tag. Our guild, Imp, gets our tag, this bad boy right here. And of course, if you need a guild, you're more than welcome to join the Empire. We have competitive and casual guilds available. But point being is, everybody is able to get their tag and get what they want. I think that's the best, possibility out there. The only way we can guarantee this is, of course, Madrona were to step in. Oh, Homo soft blocked herself like in yesterday's video. But the only way we can guarantee this is if we have Madrona step in and then, let these people reserve their tags. But then that presents us with a very difficult question. How do we choose which guilds get to, get this right of getting their, tag reserved? Because guilds pop up every single day, and, it can be a push by, somebody prominent in the community. It can be a few powerful players. It could be somebody who just found out Battle Nations yesterday and just put together, a banner with AI and posted it on the Discord and subreddit, you know? Like, it can take its form in many different ways, right? But point being is, how do you determine which ones are big? I'm not even going to say good enough, but let's just say big enough, like have enough members to justify letting them reserve their tag. Here's my proposal. I think any system, approved by Madrona would be great, but this is my pitch at it. If you like it, awesome. If you dislike it, would love to hear your counter arguments in the comments down below. As long as we, can keep it civil and we have we can keep progressive and beneficial towards the game above all else. With that being said, my idea is this: guilds ideally max out at 100 members. Cool. If guilds max out at 100, if you get 100 in-game players to submit a request to Madrona, not like, a actual request, like they make a channel in the Discord for specifically this, right? And they submit with their tag, their in-game, username, and then their guild tag saying that they want to reserve this for their guild. 100 people do that. I think Madrona should say, okay, we respect this and we'll give them this tag. That's my proposal. Is it wonky? Yeah, it's pretty out there, and maybe not even possible, but that would be mine. Of course, I wouldn't go through doing it Discord. By all means, I think if they could put some method in the game where, like, you could tag in for, a certain guild tag, I think that would be amazing. And again, all this is because I just want to make sure all the big guilds are able to claim their letters/numbers. Just make sure, nobody is able to start an account, claim P-War at, level 1 because they were on the app, or their Steam updated quicker than anybody else's. They get it and then they just delete the game and they forget about Battle Nations because they didn't really care, right? That would be awful. And then nobody has P-War. So to prevent stuff like that, I think this would be the proposal. Just my shot in the dark at it. But yeah, just wanted to make this video because I've heard, of course, talks about it in my guild, a few others, and just wanted to hear if you guys are having it in your guilds. If you need a guild, of course, you're more than welcome to join the Empire, linked in the description down below. We'd love to have you, whether or not you want a competitive guild or casual. We have options for you in the Empire. And yeah, guys, that will do it for today's video. Last thing I want to say is I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Knights Legacy right here and Clef, this guy right here. Both of these gentlemen are amazing because Clef right here and General Reinhardt made this bad boy right here. This is our new channel banner. I adore it. It is amazing. Had to give a shout out to these two Imperials. Thank you guys so much. This is awesome. And yeah, I absolutely adore it. It is fantastic. It's the new banner to the channel. And yeah, with all that being said, guys, that will do it for us, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate you. And as always, have a great... Oh, I forgot. Please consider dropping a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you're new. And yes, that was important. Alright, seriously though, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a great rest of your day.